But speaking of the United States, the World Games for track and field have been for the past, I think, 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
I've been following because, of course, I did run track at one point, and I love the World Championships. Noah Lyles kind of got on his high horse. For those that don't know, Noah Lyles won the 100-meter and 200-meter
and he
medals.
was in the winning 4x1 too.
For the United States, he's kind of been, for the past few years, our best sprinter. I like him a lot. He's a good sprinter. He's not one of the greatest. He's a good young kid. Finally got his medals this World Championship, and then he got to talking. He had a podcast at that press conference.
Well, I mean, I think he made good points. He said basically, it kind of bothers him when, the NBA title is handed out and it says World Champions, because his thing is the World Champions of what? It's just the United States of America. It's just NBA. It's just basketball. And I think he made a good point. It's not like the NBA is competing against the EuroLeague and other leagues around the world. It's literally just the USA.
Well, the best players all over the world, where do they go?
Yeah, but it's not like the whole team is not from a particular country. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand what he's saying. It's just the NBA. And the NBA is not
say this.
The NBA is not a big sport like globally like people think it is. There's a lot of other countries where they don't. The most popular basketball player could walk down the street and people in the other country would have no idea who that is.
But what does that have to do with the competition? Because the NBA is the highest by far competition in the world for professional basketball.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
What league?
Wait, what league?
Listen, it's not as easy as it was before to go and beat these other teams around the world. It's not as easy.
Most of them still come here to the U.S.
No, because the NBA is the NBA. A lot of people dream of playing in the NBA. But when we talk about basketball teams from other countries, the USA doesn't just walk through these teams like they used to.
Yeah, that's because the international players from the NBA go back to play for their countries.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but again, there's not a single team in the NBA that's just full of players from one country. So I understand what Noah Lyles is saying. It's not the world.
So you could say the same thing about the World Series for MLB then.
Probably the same thing. It's probably the same thing. I understand what he's saying. It's different from the Olympics. The Olympics is literally the world. It's players and athletes representing each country, and we're all competing as a country. So I understand what he's saying. He made a good point.
All these teams have different blends of people from different countries. Do you have to have them segregated for that point to be made?
Well, I think that's what he's saying is literally it's just the world title, the world championship. Is what he doesn't like.
Like, why did
he hate?
It could be NBA champions. It could just be NBA champions.
He brought it up. I think a reporter asked him about it.
I give track athletes a lot of credit because there's not that many slots the way there is with other professional sports. Like, you get drafted 4th round in the NFL, have a great career, be able to develop. You could even become a Hall of Famer that way. Mm-hmm. With track, there is really only 5 slots for your country if you're lucky to get on a relay team. And then outside of that, it's 1 or 2 at most. Like, the odds are insane for the amount of people that run track and the amount of people that can be Olympians. Yeah. Very small compared to any other sport. But that doesn't mean the competition is the same. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Noah Lyles because I like him and I think he's a very talented sprinter. He's running in an era that some would say is extremely diluted compared to the generation before him. Like, if you look through Usain Bolt, Tyson Gay, Johan Blake, Asafa Powell, Justin Gatlin, those are the top 5 100-meter runners of all time, ever.
And they
all 5 of them ran against each other.
Yep.
So Noah Lyles, who is, I think, 15th on this list or 16th, he's the world champion. But Tyson Gay smokes him and was never a world champion the way Noah Lyles is because he was running against better competition.
Oh, well, now you're trying to make him a prisoner of
but I'm saying
error?
Yes, because if you have the nerve to talk about the NBA, like, how are they not world champions when every single year is the highest form of competition from the world?
Because the name on the jersey is the Golden State Warriors, not USA. The name on the jersey is the New York Knicks, not the United States of America.
When Kevin Durant or like when LeBron James wins a championship, they're going against some of the greatest players in NBA history. Every single champion that we look like, Jordan played against some of the greatest ever. LeBron played against some of the greatest ever. Had to go through fucking the Golden State Warriors that broke the single season record. Mm-hmm. Only Tyson Gay, Johan Blake, Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, Justin Gatlin could really talk that type of shit when it comes to track. They ran against the best of the best and had to be the best. Noah Lyles is not running against anywhere close to the competition, whereas when LeBron James has to get a ring, he has to go through fucking legends.
Yeah, but that's
a world champion.
But y'all make the argument about Jordan versus
Plumbers.
the LeBron all the time, though. Like y'all say that, oh, well, LeBron couldn't match up with Jordan, or these people from this era had it easier, these people from this era had it harder. You can say that with any sport.
Okay, but see, we can debate that. And that makes both of those eras great because it is an actual conversation. There's no conversation in Noah Lyles' competition right now compared to Tyson Gay's.
And
no debate.
But I
we
don't
know
think
that
that's-
era
But
was.
that's not fair because they were accusing them of juicing back then anyway. There's people
Whoa,
that
not one person on this list except for Justin Gatlin at one point has been accused of taking steroids.
They accused you saying all the time. They
Usain
say he
Bolt
didn't
did
get
not take-
called.
did not take
Do shit.
steroids.
I didn't say that
He ate some
did,
yams.
but I'm saying that there are people who accuse
He has the
that
same height and weight as Donald Trump.
Hockey and
Didn't take
softball.
Not a yams. To Rory's point, though, this is what's beautiful about track. It's so black and white. It's a time. It's definitive.
It's the
you
purest
can
sport in the world.
speculate over NBA talent, what era is better, what was harder. This is 100 meters.
Yeah.
You can take the guy from the 50s, the guy that ran it last week. It doesn't change. That's a 100-meter strip.
Well,
100 meters is
So let's
it
look at his time.
It does change with electronic timing.
All right, fine. Yeah, and then
And
fine,
when-
at most
when they
yeah,
calculated
a
against
headwind,
the
but
wind.
even within the headwind, there's regulations that can qualify whether or not those times are eligible for like world records and moments like that.
I think that
That's
y'all
all
just missing.
factored in.
I think y'all just missing Noah's point.
too.
His point was literally just the world championship on the NBA trophy. Just the world. Because when it's the EuroLeague, it says EuroLeague champions. It doesn't say world champions. So I understand what he's saying. Like
we
it's,
won
it's
the
not,
world war. Give us the fucking
It's
world
not.
title.
It's not. It's
Shut
not.
up.
I understand what he's saying.
But to me, that's like a marketing thing because
Right.
we don't say we say the NBA championship. We don't say the MLB championship.
Yeah.
It was called the World Series.
World Series.
Because it was America's game. No one else was really playing it. Obviously now we know in DR, Japan, there's
Japan
incredible
goes crazy.
leagues, but
Mhm.
it's still the World Series because for the most part, the best players play in the MLB.
Yeah.
And there's no difference with that with the NBA.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's still not. I understand what you're saying. The players, yes, but just the team, the representation is local. It's cities. It's New York. It's Brooklyn. It's
Yeah, but
OKC.
but that's going mad literal now.
No, we
that's
have the Toronto Raptors.
Well, there you go. See, that's
that
actually a
makes
great
that
point.
makes world.
That's actually a great point. Yeah.
NewRoryNMal.